the world's best ceramic coating. Hi, I'm Yvan Lacroix, and this is the Detailer's Business Academy, where we strive to take you from detailer to entrepreneur. Now that's a bold statement, the world's best ceramic coating. What is the world's best ceramic coating? Well, if you're a consumer, the world's best ceramic coating is the one your detailer is offering you and is prepared to back. Because that's the one you're going to get service from. And your detailer is the one that's going to be doing the job. You want your detailer to be comfortable with the ceramic coating they're using. Now, if you're a home user, there's a lot of options out there for you. Do your research. The one that you feel most comfortable with, the one that fits your needs, is the best coating for you. But if you're a detailer and you're doing this for a living, then there's a lot more criteria to consider. First criteria is the company itself. Not the brand name, not anything like that, but the service you're going to get from that company. That's what's important. The coating itself is actually a little less important, but knowing that if you have a problem, you have someone to call. Knowing that if you have a problem, you can actually get a hold of someone, not just a machine, and if you do get an answering machine, that they'll actually call you back in a timely manner. Now, as a detailer, when you're looking for a coating to represent, you should actually look at it a little different way. You're not representing the coating brand. The coating brand should be there to help you build your business. You shouldn't be building theirs. You shouldn't be a rep for that brand. And if you are a rep for that brand, they should be paying you, not you paying them. So where does this lead us in terms of finding the right coating for us? Well, there's a lot of things to consider. First of all, profitability. Yes, profitability is probably your biggest concern. Why? Because you need to be profitable to stay in business. Now, profitability can be looked at many different ways. A lot of people say, oh, well, this coating is only $50 to do a car. It's the most profitable one. Maybe, maybe not. Let me explain that one. That $50 coating that you have to do 2 coats of and wait 8 hours between each coat is costing you a lot of money. If you find a $200 coating that you only need to do 1 coat, well, that one's a lot more profitable for you because it's your time that's worth a lot more than the product costs. The other aspect of profitability is your space. If you have a coating that requires multiple layers and IR curing lamps and needs to be looked after for 24 hours or kept inside for 8 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours, that space that you're paying for, that space that you could have been doing another vehicle in, that space that you need to clear out as soon as you can. We're paying for a space just like we're paying for our time. So a coating that's more convenient to install, even though it might be a little more expensive, is probably the better bet. The other thing is, how many coats do you actually need to put on the vehicle? Is it a 1-coat deal? Is it 2? Is it 5? 1 or 2 coats, sort of the optimal thing. 1 coat can be your consumer level coating, 2 coats, your professional coating or your long-term coating. Now, there's a lot of coatings out there that offer warranties. And the warranties, while they're nice, they should not be your selling point. They shouldn't be what you're focusing on when you're talking to your customer. And if all you can sell is a warranty, then just sell a warranty. Don't even bother putting a coating on the car. At the dealership level, they put paint protection on the vehicle. They sell it to the customer for a relatively high price. And sometimes they're called dry applications, meaning they don't actually put anything on the car. They're just selling a warranty. And guess what? Those warranty claims are like 2, maybe 3% at most. So having a warranty is one thing, but having a coating you can stand behind is another thing. And is the company going to stand behind you? So again, a different consideration. Now, as far as gloss levels, as far as slickness and all of that, we all want the most. But as a detailer, you're comparing it to the last coating job you did. You're comparing it to what you've seen before. Your customer is comparing it to the car they brought into you. So if the coating you're using isn't exactly as slick as the other coating you tried, your customer will never know. Your customer wants a coating that you believe in. Your customer wants a coating that you stand behind. The customer wants the same coating that's on your car. And hopefully your car is coated. And if your car isn't coated, what are you waiting for? Get it coated. As a detailer, you need to understand what your customer needs and what your customer wants. Not what you need, not what you want. Now, what your needs are when choosing a coating is, you want the coating that, again, the most profitable. The coating that's going to give you the best support from them, from the coating company. And the coating that's the easiest and fastest to apply. Now, you also want a coating that you know is going to last, because you don't want to tell your customers it's a 5-year coating and find out 6 months later it was just a sealant. No. You need a coating that you can rely on. Once you're there, don't switch around. You know, a lot of detailers have multiple coating options. And personally, I find that's a mistake. Find one, use it, learn it, make it yours. The other big mistake that a lot of detailers make is trying to become one with the coating company. Your coating company shouldn't be using you to promote them. And this is a weird situation. Go into a detailing group and ask, what's the best coating? You'll get all sorts of answers. And most of them are from brand, as we'll say, fanboys or fangirls, but mostly fanboys. And that comes down to that company or coating supplier has done a great job of marketing themselves. But what are they doing for the detailer? If you're using their branding, then you're not growing your business, you're growing their business. If you're using multiple brands, you're just confusing your customers. Your customers are going, which one's the best? No. And another thing, exclusivity. You don't need it. Your customer is not buying the brand of coating you're selling. The customer is buying the service you're selling. That's it. They're selling the coating that you're proposing to them. They're not buying a brand name. You don't go into a restaurant saying, hey, what was the name of the cow my steak came from? You don't care. I hope. Anyways. But you do want a really good steak. That's what you're paying the restaurant for. And detailers, when they market online, some of them will market that coating company till the end of the world. And unfortunately, it's not a good tactic. You should be marketing your name, your business, and say you're installing a ceramic coating, not X brand ceramic coating, or C brand, or D, or A, or F, or G, or whatever. You're installing your 5-year ceramic coating, or your 2-year ceramic coating, or your 7-year ceramic, or however many years you want to say it is. That's what you're doing. And when the customer comes to you, then you can say, yeah, I'm using brand X, or Z, or Y, or whatever. Doesn't matter the brand. The branding that you're doing is you. The brand of coating you're selling is actually irrelevant. What is relevant is you. You're selling you. You're selling your brand and your business and your service. That's what you're after, and that's what the customer is coming to you for. Now, I have other videos on how to sell a ceramic coating. Go look at those. But you should not be tied to your brand. If your brand has colors of, let's say, purple and gold, your shop shouldn't be purple and gold. You might have a little purple and gold logo somewhere. But no, don't make your shop purple and gold. Because the day that coating company decides to change their colors to orange and fuchsia, you're screwed. You have to redo your shop again. Build your brand. The coating you sell to your customers is the best coating in the world. And you need to believe it. And once you believe it, so will your customers. And you'll be able to grow and prosper in your business, not build a coating company's business. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, please leave them below. Always happy to answer. Don't forget, you can subscribe, even hit that notification bell, and if you want to, share these videos. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.